Hi everyone. Sorry I am running a little late, and I watched myself for the first time. I believe it was Saturday on TV for a brief few minutes, and I realized that maybe I should not have that lake that I usually have ahead of the before I start. So that's why I'm running a couple of seconds late. In any event, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. And for those who are new, my name is Milou. I was born clairvoyant, which means I don't use any tools to read. But, if you use tools, it's the same thing. Also, I am also a psychic and a medium. And before I go any further, I would like to say thank you to Cappy's mom and Linda. I appreciate your help whenever you can. Please, I don't want you to feel pressure that you have to be here every day because I'm here every day. Cappy's mom, you have my YouTube number. Can you please give me a call when I am done? I have a couple of questions for you. In any event, yes, that was all I wanted to say. I mean, at least for my introduction. And again, welcome everyone. I started working on something else that I am, because there's a lot of people have different ways or suggestions on how I should do this stream. So I came up with a way. I am creating, so far I have a membership. I created a membership thing with one level. So I am going to test that. If you would like to become a member, I will do it. I'm not quite sure yet if it's half hour or an hour. Chances are it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour, where you can ask me questions, or if there is any subject you want me to talk about. So I've created a membership option, and I will release it maybe tomorrow or the day after. If you want to support me in that endeavor, I would appreciate it. But I will still be doing my everyday sessions. Having said that, what's on my mind this morning is Giuliani. I am sure all of you have heard of the article in the New York Post. And it is all a lie, and that's why I don't think I mentioned it too. I'm not sure if I mentioned it at all. Like I have said, anything Trump and his enablers try to do, and they're trying to derail the Biden's campaign, it's not going to work. In fact, it's going to backfire. And Giuliani, the Trump enablers, intuitively I feel, are trying to create another atmosphere in this country where it's okay for other government, foreign government, to interfere with our campaign. And also, since they know there is going to be a price to pay for basically Trump colluding, or however you want to put it, put together with Russia for his 2016 election. And I have said this before, Putin is communicating with Trump. And intuitively, I feel, and it's going to come out. That's my prediction, that Giuliani was or has been receiving direct information from Putin and carrying them to Trump. It will come out. The next thing I feel intuitively, they are trying to normalize these things so that when we hear them, it's normal. And I have news for them. It's not going to happen. When Trump leaves office, all those people who have had contacts with Russia with the goal of changing our government or enabling Trump, whatever their motive or their motivation is or was, are going to be investigated, and there are going to be legal consequences. Some of them will pay. I don't know if you want to call. I don't know if they call them traitors. Whatever the charges are going to be, these people will pay a price for it. And Giuliani, if he thinks, you see that's how ignorant they are. Well, Giuliani feels so powerful. Basically, he's thumbing his nose at our government. Thank you very much, Red, for your super chat and for the super chat and your generosity. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You know, he's thumbing his nose at our government. And a lot of them, because Trump is president, they think Trump is, or did, well, in Giuliani's case, you know, like I've said before, there are things going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of. And in a sense, it's emboldening the Giulianis of this world, and McConnell as well. I'm not sure, you know, I'm not going to lie, I don't know exactly how much McConnell knows about Giuliani's shenanigans behind the scenes, but he knows a great deal. But like Trump said once when he was being interviewed by the gentleman who used to, Stephanopoulos, when he says if a foreign government has dirt on another campaign, he'll take a look at it. What he was trying to say is, yes, he's currently doing it with Russia, with the Russians, and he will take any help they can give him. Basically, that's the message he was trying to convey to us. But I feel all those things will come to the surface, and they will pay a price for it. As for Giuliani, after Trump leaves office, all these things are going to be investigated, and I would be surprised. I'm not quite sure if he's in his late 70s or 80s. If he thinks that's going to prevent him, or he's going to use that in order for him to avoid prison, I don't feel that's going to happen. Giuliani is going to have a lot of questions to answer. And also, the people at the New York Post and Fox News, I'm surprised, I just read right before I came that Fox News did not want to run the Giuliani story, and then he went to the New York Post. Those companies, I don't know how it's going to work, but their blind allegiance to Trump will come back to bite after Trump leaves office. And the Ron Johnsons of this world will also come under scrutiny, and his support for Trump will be used against him when the next time he runs for office. A lot of people right now, they think, they're doing the right thing. They are supporting Trump. Whatever it takes, they will do it. They will live to regret those actions. The next person that's coming to mind is Kelly. Kelly's talking to people, and it's being reported that he's calling Trump one of the most flawed people he's ever known. Well, basically, he's saying he's never met anyone else like Trump. Of course not. But you know something? A lot of people are calling for him to come forward. All these people, and also, like I predicted, Republicans are jumping ship, or will be jumping ship. I said that months ago. I feel it's ongoing, and every day we're going to hear more and more noise, background noise, until this thing busts into the open. And Kelly, I feel he's very tempted intuitively when I focus on him. He's trying to figure out how to go about telling his story in person as opposed to the media catching what he has to say from third party. That's what I feel is coming as well. And, for some reason, the person that's coming to mind now is Barr. I don't feel Barr is feeling very well, but I'm not sure if it's COVID, because I was thinking about him Saturday. There is something that's going on behind the scene with Barr, but I feel he's going to be okay. Unfortunately for us, I don't wish him bad, but this guy is doing so much damage to our country. All these people, well, I guess it's a good thing they survive, so that at the right time, they will, when it comes time for them to pay, they will be well enough to pay. So his turn is coming. Meg Meyer is asking what announcement is Barr making today. I didn't know he was making an announcement today. What I'm feeling is, I don't think he's been feeling very well. There's one more thing. A lot of people are wondering if Trump is going to declare martial law. I don't feel so. Believe it or not, a lot of things that Trump is doing, he's testing to see, first of all, what McConnell and his Republican enablers are saying in the Senate. So what he does is he goes out and say a whole bunch of things and watch. And then if they don't say anything, he follows through. So I don't feel Trump is going to declare martial law now, because he knows Republicans will not stand for it. So that's out of the question. Something else I was watching over the weekend, and it was Don Jr. Yesterday, he was saying that his father will break up the FBI because they are not doing the job. It's the usual thing. I'm sure some of you have heard it. It's not going to happen. Even if Trump, I'm just saying, please don't write me or post comments. I'm not saying he's going to be reelected. I'm just saying, even if Trump were to be reelected, okay, I don't see, he will not be able to break up the FBI. That's my prediction. Never mind, he only has 2 weeks left to go. A lot of things that we hear Trump is planning on doing, all those things are to scare us into not voting or feeling that if we vote, even if we vote, this guy is going to win anyway. That's how he's carrying himself. That is a form of suppressing the vote. Those who think, no, you feel, discouraged, how we're going to get rid of this guy, no, he will go. We must, do the best we can to vote and get him out of the White House. And I feel we will. As I predicted, thank God a lot of places started the voting process early, because if it was only one day, I don't think they would be able to, all those people would be able to vote. And I wasn't thinking about that, but the way I was getting it over a year ago, it's happening. When I said I saw a line of people trying to vote. So it is happening. I don't feel it's going to stop. People are braving everything to vote. The other day I saw a gentleman who was dying of colon cancer, two people, I'm not sure if it's his wife and his son, were helping him to the poll. Unfortunately, 8 days after he voted, he passed. And although his vote didn't count, they said before he crossed, at least his kids and grandkids watched them vote to make it. He knows his vote would count, so his family won't feel discouraged. Everyone should go out and vote. Thank you very much, Theosophia Rose. I appreciate the super chat and your generosity. I really appreciate it. Okay. The one more thing I wanted to... Governor Whitmer. Trump, as I've said before, expect anything from Trump. Trump thrives when he, intuitively I feel, okay, when he feels like even if if whatever he says or threatens to do scares you, don't say you are scared, or don't act as if you're going to appeal to his better, to the better side of Trump. It's not going to happen. Trump understands one thing. The way he's coming at you, you have to go at him the same way. I know it's low, but that's what he understands. I know he thinks he's the most powerful guy in the world, but when you disrespect him, when you disrespect him and you call him not very smart, among other things that you can call him, oh yeah, it's going to shock him, and yes, he'll back off. So I hope, I'm sure the governor is a lot smarter than I am. Governor Whitmer, I'm sure she can find ways to fight back, but don't say, oh, he's putting my life in danger. Yes, it's true. She's right. But that's the wrong way to respond when Trump does anything. You have to show him that you are not scared and you will stand up to him. Thank you very much, Deborah Webb, for your generosity and the super chat. I really appreciate it. Buy yourself a nice little snack during your travels. Thank you very much, Deborah. I appreciate it. I definitely will, and I'll think of you. Thank you, Deborah. In any event, that's one thing I wanted to share, but some of you, the other reason why I brought this up is because people think things, somebody may try to harm her or anything. Yes, they think about it, but I don't feel it's going to succeed. And you know what? After the arrest the other day, the FBI and other national intelligence agencies are watching these guys. So they're not going to be able to harm others. And after what happened the other day, a lot of them are taking the notice that the government is not going to stand by and allow them to carry out whatever things they want to do, kidnap people or kill people. They took notice, trust me. And a lot of them, they're thinking twice about doing anything else. Thank you very much, Penny Young, for your generosity and the super chat. I really appreciate it. Okay. Penny said Portland or Longview for long-term living for JB. Love your work. Thank you very much. Thank you for your sharing your gift. You are very welcome. Portland or Longview for long-term living for JB. Penny, I am sorry, but can you please come back later? I have a policy. I can't, otherwise I'll refund the monies, I know you donated. You want me to answer your question, but I will be back here at 8 this evening. I promise I will answer your question. Can you please come back later? I have to make this announcement. I can't answer personal questions during my live stream at 12 o'clock. So this is a personal question, Penny. Come back later at 8 o'clock. I will make sure I look for you and I will answer a question. Even whether you are here or not, you will be the first question I will answer this evening. Okay? I'm sorry, but I can't break the rules. I'll in my video later, you will be the first question I answer. Okay? Because on Monday evenings and Saturday evenings, I take personal questions. I answer personal questions. Okay. Let's see. One more thing I wanted to talk about. New York City. I feel, oh my God, I've confused Arizona and in another state. I remember the name whenever I'll tell you. I don't know why I keep confusing those two states. And I feel New York City. I'm switching the conversation now to COVID. I know we are heading in a very bad spot. It's a third wave for some places. I feel New York City, I read that somewhere this morning and it resonated with me, will be used as a model for other states to fight COVID because their infection rate is so low and their schools so far are doing very well. And I feel the people Governor Cuomo has around him monitoring the situation, the COVID situation, and how to go about putting out the different fires or hotspot, if you will. I feel that's going to be that's a matter when mostly the red states who are under siege right now from COVID, they will put into use. And I believe it's Arizona at the beginning of the summer went through a very challenging time with COVID and now are doing well as well because they instituted a mask. They asked everyone to wear a mask, and among other things they did. So New York City and Arizona, I believe, are going to be models. Red states, they don't have a choice. I know a lot of people from the Republican base are complaining they don't want to wear masks. Like I've said for a long time now, yeah, until they start dropping or people close to them are dying or they come down with the disease and basically it has done so much damage to their bodies, they learn from that. Just like Christie think he's lucky, it seems like they gave him the same medication that they gave Trump. Not much damage has been done. And these guys, fortunately for them, unfortunately for us, we can't afford that type of care. But those people who are in the Trump base, they can't afford those type of care. They will pay the price. And yes, they will change. It may take longer, but they will. And the other thing I feel, prediction I have, once Biden, after the election, Biden is going to start to assert himself when it comes to all those things Republicans have allowed Trump to do. He's going to start asserting himself, like speaking out more and trying to find a way to stop the spread of this disease, because he knows he wants to, and when I focus on Biden, he wants to hit the ground running. The best thing for him to do is to see, while Trump is in office, encourage people to wear masks and follow the CDC guidelines in order to control this thing until he takes office. I feel that's going to be a big fight. But by that time, I mean, once the election is over, Trump's fight, all the energy he has for fighting and all that are going to be gone. Yes, he's going to be talking, but he's going to be a lame duck. People are not going to pay attention, at least not as much as they do now, to him. And he'll be on his way out, so Biden will have more power And also, Trump will be so demoralized and discouraged. You'll be surprised. I know a lot of you don't think or don't see that happening. Oh, yeah, it's going to be so bad. He has no choice. He won't have any choice. Okay, I'll answer some questions. Sandra Peterson says, exactly, Milu, can't wait for Biden to step further up to the plate. Yes, he will. That's what I'm picking up when I touch with him and the people around him. They feel that, there is something else that's going on. As I'm talking about Biden, Republicans, well, I've said that before, way before, months ago. What they are thinking of, it's the usual Republican playbook, okay? They don't care about sabotaging about our economy or anything else for them to get back in power. They're going to try to do that, blaming Democrats for everything they've allowed Trump to do and start saying and making a lot of noise. But something? I feel Biden is going to be ready. Well, those who are going to have to go out and speak on behalf of the Biden administration, Republicans are going to have to change their playbook. But what I feel Trump intuitively is trying to do now, and that crazy Mengele doctor he has in his, Steve Mengele, he has in his COVID, whatever, who is telling him to go out and spread this virus. They know they are losing. That's part of their calculus as well. So if they can make it difficult for Biden, for the Biden administration to get going from the beginning, they don't care how many people die, obviously, as we've been watching over the past few months. That's part of the Republican calculation. If enough people are sick and dying, it would be better for them. And also, if they can keep the economy from starting or restarting, and we can start seeing improvement, they'd be happy about that too. So don't be surprised, but I feel intuitively Biden has a lot of people around him, and Biden has been in government for a very long time. He knows how they operate. There are people waiting for them to counteract their messages. That's my prediction. So the same shenanigans, they're not going to be able to use the same shenanigans they have in the past. That playbook is old, and with communication today, they're really going to have to find a new way to fight. And you know what? They don't have too many honest ways to fight, because all they've done the past, 40, 50 years is cheat and steal. That's not going to work anymore. And that's why they're going to lose this election badly. Okay. Let's see. Scrolling down. Marietta Berto is asking me, Lou, will Trump try to escape if he loses? Thank you for sharing your gift. You're very welcome, Marietta. Even if Trump wanted to, I know he said it the other day, he's not going to be able to. Okay? Yes, it's going to be humiliating, and the blowback that's coming for him, his family, his close friends, his supporters, he's going to wish he wasn't around, but he's going to be forced to sit and watch. And for the first time in Trump's life, I feel he's going to pay for his misdeed. Cheating his way into the presidency and cooperating with Russia, and everything he has done to putting those separating families, putting kids, incarcerating kids, he's going to pay for all of it. And it's not only going to be Trump, his family, and everyone around him. The amount of information we're going to find out about what he has done behind the scenes that we don't know is going to be staggering. It's going to be shocking. So, and that's why they are so freaking out that of them lose. Well, they know they're losing. There isn't a single indication that these people will win. So the depression is is pretty bad behind the scene, and the desperation as well. That's why Trump is trying everything he can, but it's not going to work. The only thing that will work is if the Russians are able to hack into our systems. And like I have been saying this for a long time, Republicans have several tricks under their sleeves. They are trying, like, look at how they're trying to suppress the vote, among other things. They are pretty brazen about it. But I know, and I'm very happy there are some Republican operatives who don't like Trump, who can help uncover their misdeeds. So let's hang in there and stay positive and vote. Okay. Boudica says Biden is pissed at Trump. He will show him no mercy. That's for sure. There is no pardoning Trump from coming from Biden. Ronald Gaillon says, "Thank you, Milo. You're very welcome, Rano." Okay, let me see. Cheryl, aka Shaista, is asking Milo, will Amy Comey Barrett have karma to pay for not respecting RBG's wishes? No. I feel, for some reason, they're going to neutralize her some way, somehow. I don't know how. But I'm not worried about her. If you watch her, maybe it's me. I watched her the other day. Yes, she has a whole bunch of kids. I'm not quite sure what she's trying to prove. But I feel she has her own issues to deal with. And she's desperate for power and forward to getting that position. That position, she didn't catch Trump's attention. Everything she did was to catch Trump's attention. So that's how desperate she is. Just like Trump is desperate to win re-election, she's been desperate to be in that position. So she has other things coming to her. So let's not worry about that. Ruth M is asking, when Trump loses, how much of his base will just say, "Oh well," and just move on? I feel most of them, if not all, there is a very small percentage of people from the Trump base who are talking about civil war and stuff like that. But you know something? Even these people, they know after the arrest of those guys, supposedly militias, who were planning on kidnapping the Governor Whitmer, that is giving a lot of people second thought. And a lot of them are big mouth. They just talk. So they're not going to say, "Oh, well," they're going to grumble, but who cares? Let them grumble. Whether they say, "Oh, well," or they grumble, it's fine. But people are talking violence? I don't think so. Or if there is violence, it's going to be put down very fast. In fact, there are people behind the scenes that are preparing for that very situation. Okay, one more question. Let's see. Okay. Paul Roberts is asking Milo, will Scottish Peak be exposed supporting certain hospital group? I don't know if they will be exposed for supporting certain hospital group, but the people who are feeding them money and doing all those things behind the scenes, yeah, they will be outed. They want to vote. They want to vote against pre-existing condition. Will Democrats expose this? Yes. I'm not worried about the Republican Party being able to, let's say, for example, abolish the ACA or whatever they want to do. I feel we will be able to, they will protect people from insurance companies not wanting to insure you because of a pre-existing condition. I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you know what? Trump is going. And the Republican Party is basically dying. So don't let them scare you any more than just try to relax. Don't let them affect your health. Okay, Robert. I'm sorry. Yeah, Paul Roberts. Sorry. Okay. Carlene is asking, what's going to happen to the QAnon cult group? That's a good question. I don't feel that group is going to die in the next year or so. But what's going to happen is, I don't know how this is going to be done, but some way, somehow, there is going to be an effort to prove to people, it may even be subtle, okay, that this is crazy stuff. And people will start losing faith in that organization. I don't even think it's an organization. They have people behind the scenes that are making money from it. But from what I understand, intuitively, I don't feel there is a headquarters for this thing. I feel some people are making money. And those poor people are going out and donating and do all kinds of stuff. But I don't feel, I don't know how this is going to work. And this thing is spreading through Europe. So that's how I feel. They're not going to counter them head on. It feels like to me it's going to be an information fight. And they're going to prove that these guys, they don't know what they are talking about, and they are feeding people fake news. So that's how I feel they're going to dismantle them. Okay, friends, thank you very much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it, and for your support. I don't think anything major is going to break today. If it's something I've not spoken about or predicted, I will come on unless it's really shocking, and I'll definitely come on. Other than that, I will be... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Today's Monday. I will be back at 8 this evening I will answer personal questions or political questions. Till then, bye.